So what's the occasion? Why are we doing this?
That's a good question, Shannon. Can you ask that again, actually?
Yeah, so why are we meeting?
Why are we here?
According to the opening ceremony, it's the first World Championships. I think Drop Zone Prostejov was sold on the concept that this is the first World Championships.
I heard that. I wonder what he really meant, actually. Sully, what do you think?
I think he meant to say first World Championships in Czech. I mean, there was one in Czechoslovakia before, but not in Czech itself, once they became a republic on their own.
I didn't catch that, but anyhow, let's introduce first quickly, for there may be some people who don't know yet Shannon Pilcher and Sully Williams. I doubt it, but here they are once again. My name is Kurt Gable, by the way, for the Sunpath Products NSL News. And where's Joey? Help! Oh. Joey, where are you?
Miss Joey.
Yeah, this is the first time in a long time that Joey hasn't been here.
Case of beer, Joey.
And you're still here.
Still here.
And the first time you were at the World Championship?
2000 Granada. 2001 Granada, yeah.
What did you do in Granada?
World Cup was 2000 Arizona, World Meet 2001 Granada. Yeah.
What did you do there?
So I was competing in 2000 with Genesis, PD Blue, and then 2001 working with the Norgie girls. That was the big synchronicity Norgie girl match.
What did you do in 2001, Sully?
I was coaching the Norgies, Open Four-Way, and also the British female team. Ended up fourth there. Yeah.
When was Sully's first World Meet experience?
Actually, down the road here, 1991 in Lucinek, 3 hours from here. Yeah.
Incredible.
10 years earlier.
And then it took Sully, after 2001, it took Sully 3 years to become a world champion?
Yes, yeah, 2004 was my only world championship. Yeah.
Not the first medal that you won?
No. Actually, it was a good year that the US had a clean sweep there in Croatia. I think we won all the FS events. Hoping we can do the same here.
And Shannon, it took 5 years after 2001 to become a world champion?
Yes, 2006. I'm just realizing, as you say it, it's Sully's 10-year anniversary since their victory, and it's already been 8 years since ours. I can't believe it. It's amazing.
So you got to remember, Shannon was our alternate in 2004 as well. So yeah.
A little bit of an active alternate, I always like to say.
Yeah, very active alternate that year. Yeah, he did a lot of jumps in our team. In my place, in Gary's place.
Yeah. I got to mix around a bit, so it was good.
Yeah.
Well, let's stop dwelling in the glorious history now.
That's right.
We're running out of time here. The sun's breaking out.
I started it now, so sorry for the delay here. Let's get to the presents. We are still on a very rainy Wednesday here. Your teams are back in bed, sleeping. Let's talk about the team. So Shannon, what's your main mission?
My main mission is Canada Evolution. I'm also working with both of the Australian four-way contingents, so the female and open division. Yeah.
And they're all back to bed.
They're just. You know, it's funny. It's been a day, and it's only been a day of weather, but when it's days like this, it starts feeling really long very quickly. So it's already in people's minds. I think it feels like 3 days already. You know.
And the Golden Knights were just walking by there. Sully, we know they are under your umbrella. Main mission.
They look like they're on their way somewhere where I'm supposed to be going. Yeah, they look like they're on a mission. They got creepers under their arms. Maybe they know something I don't, but yeah.
Somebody when you fill you in, we can call somebody over. Call somebody over so they can fill you in. Let's call somebody over. Angela likes that part.
You gonna eat lunch at the drop zone? I don't want to go out there. I'd rather eat lunch here.
All right, so now that introduction is through too. That was Sully's main mission is the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and then also here with Denmark as well. They've had a relatively light year, but the Danish four-way team. warriors, lap warriors.
And you had a pretty good start, at least in forward women.
Yeah, in the female category, I would say we had a satisfactory jump. Round one, it's a pretty tough round on the tailpiece, I think, having to absorb the 12 points in a round one, being a little, sort of the less trained piece in the non-switches. But we had two minor little glitches, but I think overall very happy with the score.
You had a pretty long way to go. You know, the results at Paraclete XP Outdoor Championship were discouraging?
I think it is a dose of reality. They hadn't trained though for a long time, but it is also, I think they had to recognize that what the score that the French girls posted there meant that they would have to lift their own game. The new French team had taken it to another level that the Golden Knights hadn't got to yet. So, but I think they've made equal jumps between the World Cup last year and now. So both teams have trained equally hard. And so I'm sure we're going to have a showdown. Every round's going to be very, very close, I would imagine.
You're not really involved on the top level in four-way women, Shannon, but you're observing it probably carefully. What's going on?
Not as carefully as you would think. I'm pretty spread, but my ladies, they're not super heavily trained. I mean, they're fairly recreational, so. It's hard to say. We don't even have a strong benchmark of what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to go in just feeling like you could land anywhere between 11 and 14 or something.
What are you expecting by observing the horse race between the two top teams?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's all speculative. I just feel like the girls in solid couldn't have landed in a better pairing. And I mean, as far as working with Solly all year, and I think I expect big things from them. I saw their jump as I was passing by the screen last night, and it didn't look like a great jump. So to see them come out a point ahead after the first round, even having an average jump, so to speak, was pretty encouraging for me.
But we're all expecting a horse race, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the French girls beat him in score. You know, they got 23, and then they did get 23, and in terms of pace, and then double penalty.
Okay, I didn't know that even.
What were the penalty situations?
No, we haven't seen the jump. They said that they had a bit of a scrappy jump, so and it seemed like they knew that there was an infringement in there somewhere, but we didn't get to see it last night, and we just saw the scoreboard this morning.
So it makes it even more open as it seems.
Yeah.
The open class, one round complete as well, kind of surprisingly with the weather. Nobody expected that.
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
So we talked about it a little bit yesterday and how teams deal with that. But surprise or not? Not for you. Canada, Evolution's family team, 1 point behind Hayabusa and tied with
Yeah,
with
it's not a surprise.
Not for you.
Or for them, I don't think. It's actually very encouraging. They took it's hard to say there's a longer engineering, but they took a slightly longer engineering, the build to the C coming out of the 3. And they did that very consciously, knowing that it's a little bit longer but more positive in practice for them. So to end up 1 point behind with that little bit longer dance was a big encouragement for them.
It seems like Russia has been doing for many years. Canada is developing its own engineering system, starting with the 15, and are they more open to options, or what's going on?
Nothing major that I can think of, but they're definitely. I think it happens with all open teams, really. Like, even though everyone does so much of the same technique, it's just self-authoring what they do. You know, coming up with their own, what works best for their dance. So.
Solly, what do you see in the open class on the top? What's going on there?
Well, we haven't seen any of the video, but I did manage to watch the French round, the Canadian round this morning, just on a laptop here in the hotel, and it was a great skydive. But I think it's nothing that we weren't expecting on the scoreboard. I know the Canadians are expecting to do very well here based on their training, and I think they're quite excited about presenting some great scoring here. And then we know that Hayabusa and Airspeed are going to be in a tussle, and it's going to be interesting to see who can hang on to those two, and if the Canadians can hang on to them, which we obviously all hope for. And but I think the scoreboard might have already sorted itself out at the top of the board on round one. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's those three teams are going to end up. It just shows the pace and the rebuilding phases that some teams have had to go through, etc. But the experience and the depth of experience in those three teams is going to be unmatched in the open category. And see, as the pressure mounts, lack of jumpable weather as the meet gets old, or if the scores stay that close to each other, it's going to be really exciting to watch.
There's more than only the medal positions that we have. We know who will win the medals by now, as it seems at least. But there's more going on. After there is the semi-finals, then the race for the final, round 10. And there seems to be a battle already beginning in round 1 as well. Did you take a look at this, guys?
Are you talking about with the same top teams?
No, for the 6th place, which is the last slot in the final round.
Okay, I got you. Sorry.
The first cut after round 8.
Right.
You've probably studied it more than me. I know that there was a whole grouping of teams in the 17-18 range because the Aussies are in that grouping, and I tended to feel like it was a little bit too early to know who's actually going to be in that group. You know,
but it seems like the group is developing.
Yeah, it is taking shape. You're right.
The Brits are in there, and
Italians, Germans, UAE. UAE is in there.
Yes,
as well.
and but that's right. I think Craig's jumping there. It's obviously adding a lot of strength to the group as well. And the Brits have got depth of experience there. The Germans never got scored though. Am I correct?
19.
Oh, they did get their 19. Okay, we've been waiting for that score to come up.
6th place actually.
Okay, right. Yeah.
That's why you're bringing it up.
Right. No, I've been actually wanting to know what that score is. I've been asking after it, so I'm glad you could enlighten me. Yeah, did they have some penalties in there? Because they felt that they might have had penalties.
I haven't seen any scores.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good.
That's another. Looks like there's some.
Yeah, there will be. That's going to be a good fight there. Yeah.
I think I'm really happy to be here, by the way, but I think this is a conversation that needs to be had in about 6 rounds as well. You know, like it's just so early. It's so early to really know anything. I mean, and the first round is huge, right? You mentioned it in your story this morning, just the nerves that even the top teams feel, the anxiety, and we're going to get a lot of first rounds if the weather stays like this, you know.
Exactly. I think we will have that conversation probably after each round.
Yeah.
You know, maybe so close throughout the whole competition that we may see. You know, I hope we can do it.
The draw gets a little bit. It gets a little more clunky after 6. You know, I think it was around 7 or 8. It starts to slow down a bit. So.
Will it not keep teams even closer together once the draw slows down?
Yeah, so it'll be more interesting in my mind. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Starting a new race after, I don't remember the exact rounds, but somewhere middle of the draw, then it'll be interesting to see where people stand as they move into those last rounds.
It is actually quite amazing, or not surprising, but amazing that the teams are so close together now with the fast rounds.
Right.
Usually the faster rounds are spreading out the field.
Yeah, I would like to see, I haven't seen Airspeed or Hayabusa, so I would really like to see those rounds. I caught the French, and the French, I think, were gigged twice. I think they had 2 penalties. So that, I don't know about the Russians, but that could be an indication of the Russian-French battle, you know.
I saw Hayabusa's jump, and it was not their best. So it's kind of a little bit scary for Airspeed possibly and Canada, because I saw Canada, it was pretty flawless,
yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect.
So Hayabusa did not have a perfect round. All right, gentlemen, I guess we'll be back pretty soon again.
Hopefully with some jumping news.
Yes.
We may not have so much time, when it heats up, and they will try to catch up with the competition. We'll see.
We'll do a coaching corner at the drop zone.
Okay. Yeah, how about that?
Perfect.
That'll be something.
Perfect.
Thanks.